what happened on that last play? Did he just kind of slip away, or did he just manage to get the ball off while you still had him in your grasp?
We just didn't execute, man. It came so fast we couldn't believe it was there that quick, and we just didn't execute. So, and then rapid squeeze, and he got the ball off.
I mean, did it take a while to sink in that actually happened? I mean, it seemed like you guys had won the game. I mean, you got great pressure. I'm sure at that point you thought you guys were going to walk out of here with a win. I mean, how much of a gut punch was it to see them celebrate?
Not so much as in celebrating, just the fact that we didn't finish. You know, that's what we preach. That's our motto, and we always preach play a full game. We played 59 minutes, so.
For all you guys, I mean, how much does that sting? I mean, you guys had it, and it just slipped away. Josh, or
Yeah, I mean, obviously it hurts. You know, you think you won the game, and comes down, they make a crazy play at the end, and it goes their way. But you know, that's the game of football, and we got to get right back to work. You know, tomorrow, and get ready for Southwest. Finish out the season with a 1-game win streak, and you know, start some momentum for those guys coming back next year, and just keep rolling.
Jack, you know what was up with those interceptions early on? I know one of them was a receiver just kind of went through his hands, but were they kind of disguising their coverages a little bit, or were you just making bad decisions?
No, they weren't disguising. They gave exactly what I knew they were going to give us, but I just didn't throw very good balls. The first play of the game, I just didn't get it up high enough, and he made a good play on the ball. And the second one, I tried to fit in the window, and it's just mistakes I usually don't make, and and then the fourth one, I was just trying to get the ball out of bounds, just didn't get there.
I suppose like you guys are just going to attack that secondary that's kind of struggled this year. I mean, that didn't change anything, right?
No, we made some adjustments. We ran a little different type of routes, a little more crossers to make them come up and make plays. But yeah, we just wanted to attack their weakness, which was the secondary.
You know, Josh, you had a pretty big day. I mean, how nice is that for you personally? I know it kind of is bittersweet with the loss, but you sat out last week, and how nice is it just to have a day like that for your last game here?
I mean, yeah, it's always nice when you're able to come out and make plays, you know, help the team out and score some points. But you know, like you said, it doesn't really mean hardly anything to me now that you know we didn't get that W in the win column. So yeah, it's nice. You know, last time playing out there with all those guys, and it's something I'll remember forever. Just would have been nice if we got a win.
How long have you and Alan worked on that pass play, or how long have you guys practiced that?
That's something we put in. You know, we mess with it. It's been in and out of the script and practice week and stuff like that. We just thought it was something that we might be able to take advantage of this week, and so we've been working it through the practice week and all that stuff, and we were able to pull it out today, and it worked. So it was a hit or miss, and that was a big play for us.
Yeah, I know you're on the other end of that sometimes as the passer. I mean, when Alan put a pretty good ball out there, how much pressure was on you to make sure you caught it?
That's you never want to drop those when you're wide open and you got a receiver or running back throwing to you on a trick play or something like that. We had one drop like that a few years ago, and those really hurt. Like I said, they're a big play, but they could also go very wrong. So just got to focus, and it's just like any other catch, just make the play and do what we do every day in practice.
Jeff, it seemed like that front seven was getting pretty good pressure all day. I mean, what do you think you guys were doing well that you're able to cause some havoc?
We're just trying to build a wall, keep him in the pocket because he's a mobile guy. So he looks to, when routes are covered to make something happen, so he runs around back there. So we just didn't want to give him nothing free. So we just tried to build our wall, and we was just happening to get home.
Where you guys think your minds will be this week in practice? I mean, how obviously this is disappointing. You guys always talk about 24 hours. I've imagined this may sting for a little bit longer than that. How eager are you guys ready to get back out on the field and improve this and kind of get this behind you?
Yeah, I think we're all ready to go right now, honestly. Coming off a loss like that and how it ended and the situations that we were in, I bet you could ask any guy on our team if they're ready to get back to work right now, they would. So tomorrow we'll get rolling in meetings, and we'll have the same mentality we've had, these past few weeks and throughout the season, just in the practice week and preparation, and make sure we're taking it one step at a time and getting better every day. And we can't sleep on the team in Southwest at all. Got to prepare like we're playing the #1 team in the nation or whatever. Just get ready to go and go out and get a win.
You know, Jeff, you know, how excited are you going to be for your last game, or how anxious are you going to be to leave a good image?
We still got a shot, man. You know, send them off in a winning direction. You know, we didn't win our last game last year, our last game, so that's the new goal. You know, go out with the momentum, and we know they're gonna work hard in the off season and in the summer. So, just phase 1 can start next Saturday. We send them off right.
You know, Jack, I don't think that you guys have won your last game since you've been here the last 2 years that you've been here. I mean, how important do you think it would be to win that last one?
I think it'd be very important because kind of saw last game and started this year, started slow. If we ended up winning, we build some momentum for next year. And it'll help our confidence going into off-season workouts.
Is that one of the more heartbreaking ways to lose? I mean, Jeff was right there. He seemed to have him in his grasp, and I don't know what happened, but.
Yeah, but we had a couple kids hanging on him.
Yeah.
He just threw the ball up kind of sidearm and they made a play.
Yeah. Up till that point, though, you had to be real pleased with the way that your team battled. I thought, you know, except for those 4 interceptions, you know, you guys executed really well. Probably played a pretty sound game all around. I mean, could you be more pleased with the way that they played up until maybe that last play?
Yeah, I mean, it was within the last play, it was the last drive. I mean,
Yeah.
we had a good kick coverage. You know, we got less than a minute, and you got to be able to keep them in bounds and get the clock away. We get down to 1 second. I mean, it can't happen. But yeah, I mean, we overcame those 4 turnovers in the first half. I mean, I don't know what was the deal with that. You know, Jack just threw some balls that obviously didn't get the coverage read correctly and made some mistakes, and we overcame it. We walked into halftime tied up. I mean, that's amazing. So our kids really did. They really played well. They were resilient and did what they had to get in the ball game, stay in the ball game, and should have won it.
I imagine, you know, you guys are going to still attack that secondary. It's the worst passing defense in the league. Those interceptions, you know, didn't really seem to change anything that you guys wanted to do.
No, I didn't change anything we do. It was just bad choices, and a couple good plays by their guys too. But more importantly, we just got settled down. We had great protection all day, and I mean, Jack hit almost 300 in the first half. So we did exactly what we wanted to offensively, and we took the points at the end and made them go the full field and didn't win.
Yeah. How tough was that choice to either go for it or kick the field goal?
It was a long 2. I didn't feel very comfortable about that. You know, Carter's had a great year kicking the ball for us, make them play the whole field. They have a very good kicker. I didn't want to, you know, in 3 plays they could be in field goal range for them too. I didn't want to put it on that. I wanted to, we took as much time off as we possibly could and made the field goal, did everything we had to. And so I don't feel bad about the decision.
Was fatigue a defensive factor at all, or was it just?
A little bit. They were out there a lot. I don't know
Yeah.
what the play total was in possession time. I'm sure it was ridiculous, but yeah, they kept coming and they had a big sack when we had to. I mean, you know, Loudon came back, had a big sack in that drive, and we just didn't overcome, and we had, you know, hands on the kid at the end. I mean, what more do you want?
Right. You know, Josh seemed to finally break a couple big plays. You know, is that groin finally healed now, or is he still a little bit limited by that?
No, I don't think he's 100%, but he's good enough. I mean, you know, we saw him, you know, going over the top and making plays like he's supposed to and like he can, and so I was happy for him. You know, he stepped up and made big plays. A lot of kids did. That's what we had. That's championship football right there.
Yeah. I know this team has been so good these last few weeks with coming back from you know, adversity, and you know, this is one that's probably going to stay a little longer than that 24-hour rule. But going in that last game next week, I mean, how badly do you think these guys want to flush this
All kids
memory?
are coming to play.
Yeah.
There's no question. It's not over. I mean, we've been building this since the day we came into camp, and we got another one to go build it one more time. We're playing for a new big trophy and all kinds of stuff, so we'll be ready to go.
You know, anything in particular you want to work on this last week going into that last game, or is it just everything?
It's just fundamentals. I mean, it's the same thing that's kind of haunted us before is, you know, special teams penalties for this game were crucial. I mean, it just killed us in field position. We didn't see the midfield until, you know, into the second quarter. And penalties on our special teams, we get great cover, and all of a sudden it's 10 more yards or 15 more yards. So we just got to clean up our penalties. Obviously, the turnovers, so that was just a freaky deal, but you know, that's 7 we've had in 2 games, so something's got to change. But we'll get it fixed.
That pass, that Alan May pass, is that a play that you guys work on a lot, or has he done that before?
Yeah, he ran it last week. We did the same reverse, now we just added the tag to it, and we always have, you know, every play that we run, we have a play, a counter to it, and we have a trick off it. So you've seen all parts of that.
Yeah. And was that just kind of Did you see something that will work at that point, or were you hoping to get momentum?
We were getting some pretty, the safety was down pretty fast, and, we're running our PT and power, and we did a pretty nice job. We saw the reverse, the ends were crashing pretty fast, we knew we could get him out. Once we got him out, when Allen's in space, he makes the choice. If it's open, throw it, if not, run it. I mean, he put it right on his hands. Beautiful pass.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm really sad for our seniors. I mean, they played their tail off, and to see them walk out of here was one I wish they could have had.